Don't blink. Welcome to another video, another Friday beer. Today is a very special Friday beer because this is the day my work ended. A couple hours ago, I was also drunk. My apologies. And we went to a restaurant for the last day and we just celebrated. So this is the continuation of the spirits. I don't know why I keep on mentioning. Sorry, I'm a bit still a bit drunk. I don't know why I keep on mentioning these spirits because I know it's gonna be like, oh, guess what? I'm gonna keep the Bud Light for after because the three beers we're drinking today. Let me finish my thoughts. Sorry, it keeps on mentioning the Rivanati spirits. So today we have three beers. Two of them are vodka. So we got Smirnoff peach tea that we just tasted. We got the Smirnoff raspberry vodka that we didn't just do nothing with it. We got the Bud Light, which is a beer my father brought me. Not a biggest fan of Bud Light. I'm more of a Stella Artois kind of guy. But I mean, Stella Artois won't do cans like this. So definitely a fan of the can feeling, the pop, the crunch, right? I'm going to keep the Bud Light for after. Why am I opening things that I'm not going to drink? I'm a dummy. But I love this, right? So without further ado, let's enjoy a drink. How you doing today, by the way? So of course, being it the last day of my freaking job, which is I spent 7 years at, of course I'm gonna be having this as a more prominent, I guess, subject. Na zdrowie. Kampai. Cheers. Ugh. Bud Light. I'm sorry, Bud Light. I'm sorry. Not mean to be a dick. Personal preference, opinion. So yeah, so like I was saying, of course it's gonna be the main idea in my head, but it's not just about that. It's not just about the fact that we had this wonderful day. It's about the fact that I. It's weird. Cause technically it was yesterday. It's 2 a.m. right now. There's a feeling of me that was very afraid, very worried that I was gonna have a issue with the. I feel like listening to music right now. Is that a good idea? That's a terrible idea? I don't even know how to open them. They're kind of new. I opened them yesterday. Other power them on. There you go. And we're gonna have some Linkin Park. Yes, 90%. Is it open? We'll check it out. I'm so sorry. I should do this. Oh, balai. Of course, breaking. Of course, I press off. We're continuing. I just feel like having some music in because I'm actually quite emotional about the whole situation. I don't know why this one works. This one doesn't work. I don't know why. Come on, baby. There you go. So we're listening to Linkin Park. We got this. I was feeling. It's actually weird. I thought it was gonna be sadder than this. I'm okay. I'm not that sad. The reality is, I didn't mention this before, but just seeing people actually being sad today, knowing that everybody's affected in the same position, everybody's sad about the departure of the company. Just feels like it just feels more. And I know I'm gonna sound like an asshole, but it just feels more positive. If I was the only one being sad, I'd be like, "Holy shit! I have to carry the whole weight of the negativity that this brings." But since I'm not alone, it still feels. The reason why I love this job so much was because of the boss, was because of the family, was because of the bonds I created there, and knowing that these bonds are gonna continue. And I know what you're saying. Oh, in high school, I thought those bonds were going to continue. In grade school, I thought those bonds were going to continue. They're not continuing, and that's a fact. I understand that. But the reality of it is that, oh, I'm standing on the wall, because I'm the one that fall. I don't know what we're fighting for. Why I have to scream. Breaking the Habits. I don't know why I thought the last one was Breaking the Habits. It's been a while since I haven't listened to Linkin Park. Too long. So, like I was saying, it's just a good feeling to understand that those people are sharing a pain with me. And I know this is an asshole-ish thing to say, but seeing them in pain today kind of was reassuring. Like, oh, you're not alone in this. And ultimately, I'm supposed to be, and I would love to be the guy that says, don't worry about being sad. I'll be sad for the both of us, but it shouldn't always be something I carry. And the fact that those people really cared, it's easy as a emotional person, as a person that tried to be kind. It's easy for me to be like, "Oh, I love this job. I'll be fine," but understanding that other people are also sharing this, and it's easy to say. And the boys at work, they were making fun of me because I was more vocal about the fact that it was a sad thing, but they were sad too. So I got the boys were making fun of me. Oh, don't be too sad, bro. Don't cry, and it was fun because deep down they were feeling the same thing too. I was just more vocal about it, and it's just a great family. Like we had chips. It was such a good place. I do the tree together, and it's crazy because usually I drink one of them, I'm drinking another one of them, I'm drinking another one of them. The reality is, I'm kind of still tipsy, and I know that if I start one and I finish it and I'm feeling drunk, I'm not gonna overexercise the feeling of being drunk, but this is state have a beer, and the ultimate purpose here is we're having a discussion, we're having a conversation, and I'm drinking a beer and you're drinking a beer because actually we're friends. Are we friends in real life? No, but it's kind of crazy because there's people at work. I liked everybody at work. That's a fact. We had a good team, which is true. There's people I care more about than others. There's people I actually want to see after work. Like there's this guy who's gonna bring me this workout plan because I want to lose weight. And this is one of the guy he always did stuff for me and never asked anything back in return. And he's just a nice person. We got Shao. We had a coffee at the end, and Shao is going through a shit right now. He's going through the fact that we're Shao is going through shit right now. Shao is my best friend over there, my best friend. But the reality is he's going through shit because he understands that this job is it was a balance in his life and you're losing that balance. Like for example, I'd be in the same position, but now that I have those videos, I have an excuse to have a purpose. There's a lot. It's really easy to find your job a purpose. Like, oh, I have to work. Oh, but it's super easy because you think. I'm just gonna write that down because that's actually quite nice. Of course, I don't have any paper. Yes, having no paper is a non-issue. You can part, baby. Purpose at work. Writing pretty good for a tipsy guy. Okay, for the person that says you write horrible, fuck you. Purpose at work. Purpose rewarded by filthy cash. See? It's easy. Like for example, Shao. Shao is still very young. He's 24, right? And his purpose was work because he was like, okay, well, I'm paying my bills. I have a job. I didn't need me. Shao was one of the person who worked in the more demanding departments. The job I had there was the easiest of the whole place. It was possibly the best job of the place, but people liked me, so they say, okay, Ink, you got it, you get it. Up to burn it back down. We're building back up. Oh, I thought that's gonna be Mike Shinoda. It was gonna be the perfect part. Mike Shinoda and Chester Bennington, such a good pair. No, I thought it was going to be this, but no. Show me yes and I'll tell why. Believe that lie. I found purpose. You found mine. No, it's Chester. But I don't know why I thought it was Mike. There is a part with Mike. You should know that. But yeah, so you found his purpose and you work because yeah, I'm paying the bills. They're expecting me to do something. I'm playing a big part in the role, and it's hard to give that up. Like I mean, me with a video, I'm like, okay, well, I'm giving a doors closing, but a doors opening kind of thing. And the video are not going to be giving money. They're not going to be paying for anything because I'm swearing and I'm probably not going to get monetized, but it's still something to do. And it's all a journey to get better, to be a better person. We're building it up. We're building up something to create. And the break it back down is going to be me working in a month and 9 months, which is the end of my unemployment period. Interrogation mark? Come on. And I tell why. Nathan who tell that lie. And you play king. Mike is great. Oh, another alcohol. There at the time, planning to let me know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So yeah, so now back to the main subject, which is work. I mean, it's odd. It's really weird. Such a hard subject to bring up. Like, I believe I evolved as a human being a lot working there. And it's weird because the entire purpose of this YouTube channel is to see me evolve on the journey from a man who was very self-conscious, very not drunk. And I'm talking about self-conscious and confidence when I'm being drunk, which is nonsensical. But such is the reality of life. Coming from a guy who didn't have a lot of confidence to a guy who was overconfident. But the reality is, without this job, I wouldn't be in Vendetta. And without being Vendetta, I wouldn't have grown. This job taught me a lot. This job led me to learn a lot. That the fan was open. The fan is very noisy. So, and all in all, I'm extremely excited for the new opportunity, but I want to embrace it. I suffered so much there. I suffered a shit ton. Oh my god, I suffered. I suffered a lot. But at the end of the day, again, I'm going to mix it up because I'm a fucking kid and likes to make potions. Oh, look, mommy, I made a potion. Oh, man. See, it doesn't matter how much you evolve, you have to remind your roots. Or it doesn't matter where you arrive, you have to remember where you came from. Because when you remember where you came from, you know how much trajectory you did. And when you know, Castle Glass, Linkin Park. This is a playlist. I don't know what song is coming and what song is done. But yeah, so you have to remember yourself where you came from, because when you remember you came from, you understand how much trajectory you did. And now when you remember what trajectory you did, you remember the hard work you put it in. And by remembering the hard work, it's hard to give up. And the ultimate goal in life is to pursue things without giving up. See? That's a purpose, and that's something I should write down. Ultimate purpose in life. Ultimate purpose is to achieve and not give up. Hashtag where you came from to where you are. Sorry, I have to write down, otherwise I'm going to forget. So I also often like to picture the guy that came in this job. And I still remember that day, and it was a really good day. There was a really good team. And at the end, it's crazy because the amount of people that was staying from the original team, it's insane. I spent 7 years there. So I saw people from the original team leaving, and more of them leaving and leaving and leaving, and I was like, holy shit, I'm one of the last ones standing, one of the older one, and I could argue that, oh, dude, it's part of life, but it's weird because this is the first job where I'm actually able to say I'm one of the older one, and of course I could think back about A&W, which is a job I had for 2 years, and say, oh, I was one of the older there, but you're just such a high turnover. I was there for 7 years, and the one after me, the person that was after me in the seniority was 5 years. That's insane. But I keep on saying 7 years, but it's 6 years. It's from July 2018 to March 2024. So yeah, it's 6 years, but still, it's a. I suffered so much there, but there's so many good things. I wouldn't be the person I am today. I wouldn't be the person talking to you today if it wasn't for that job. So there's this extreme gratitude, but there's just extreme I don't say pain. It's not really pain per se, but at the end of the day, it is the first. It's the first time. Like I've had job before where I gave up because there was too much pressure, and this was a job that I really enjoyed. I was like, okay, well, there's pressure, there's bullying here. I'm being bullied, but I keep toughing it up because I know it's worth it. And it's crazy because when I think about it, I think about the last job I had, which was a really good job too, but I gave up, and I was like, holy shit, I shouldn't have given that up. So in my mind, I was like, don't give up on good thing. Me that turtle underneath the surface, crawling, humming, life from whatever. Zing. It's less than self-control, the fear is never-ending. Consuming how I can't see. I find myself again. My walls are closing in. Where the fuck is my Shinoda? Felt this way before, so insecure. Crawling in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal. I've got infusing what is real. Yes, I had a job that was really good, and I feel like if I didn't lose that job, I would have gave up this job. But this job was great, and I was like, okay, tough it up. It was also my, for the first time, it wasn't so much about my competitive attributes. This job, I was actually bullied, and I was like, fuck you, you're not gonna bully me. And the persistence in me was like, yeah, I'm not gonna give it up, but I'm gonna be like, fuck you, I'm still here, I'm still standing. You thought you would defeat me, you're not gonna defeat me. And it's a bad mentality, I understand that, but I'm being honest, I'm being transparent with you guys. Fuck, it's hot in here. Probably because of the alcohol. I'll be right back. Just gonna open the door. It's actually like a really deep feeling that I have, you know? Like, I remember, I know I'm repeating myself, and I'm sorry. Because I blame it on the alcohol, but it's not the truth. I've been there for 7 years. There's so many memories that I have there. There's so much that happened there. There's much of my life that's been there. I'm 21 years old. I don't know if you're good at math, but 27 times 4, 28. So that's around 25. It's a bit less than 25% of my life I was spent there. And I know this is not a lot, but think about your life. Think about your entire life and how long it feels. Like, if you're watching this, you're probably young and you don't understand what I'm talking about. But then the rare opportunity that you're older, you understand how much of your life, not necessarily how much you did, but how long your life was. I'm extremely sheltered. I'm an extremely sheltered child that came up to be an extremely reserved adult. And it doesn't make sense because I keep talking your ears off like I'm a fucking madman. But the reality is that I felt like I didn't live a lot, but I lived a lot. So there's this insane feeling of contradictory a belief system where I was wrong to believe that everything that I did was right. And when I came in, that was the ultimate failure. It was, I think I'm right. So again, I'm talking about things that are a bit advanced, but spent so much of my life alone. And most of the friendship, most of the thing that I did was knowing and understanding the fact that those people are not gonna be part of my life. And with a job at 7 years, those people became part of my life, rather voluntary or not. I just swear. I'm a single guy who I have parents that are phenomenal. I love my mom, I love my dad, but it's just a factory sensory of these are relationship to feel me wrong. I do divide, which was put on the Dark Side of the Moon movie of Transformer. The rise, give me reason. So it's all about this. It's all about and understanding that I was forced to be with those people. So if I fuck up relationship, it was my fault. And I could say, yeah, I was victimized. I was bullied, but I wasn't a good person. I wasn't a good dude. I was an asshole most of the time. I used music. I used YouTube as an escape, but I still had to face those people. It didn't matter. So, for example, and I kind of feel bad because one of the reason I got mad is because people kept thinking I didn't care, and to a certain degree, I did care. But what they were trying to say is like, yo, we just got in trouble, and your answer is to be like, hey, I don't care because I got music, right? And I use music as an escape route. Where I thought they said didn't care, they were like, yo, we're dealing with the situation. We're not trying to escape. We're trying to escape. So to come back to what I was saying, for my entire life, I was alone. And I wasn't told no. Right? But these, I try to maintain relationship and friendship. And even the boss, who has always been super kind to me, but to a certain degree, sometimes better, sometimes worse. And at the end, we had this really good relationship where he was like, and it's crazy because all the guys at work call him Nyenye, which is uncle in every lie and every truth that you deny, and each regret and each divide was our mistakes, but it's to hide, and your voice was all I heard. So I get what I deserve. So give me reason to prove you wrong. Let this memory clean. Let the chorus song. Wow, just an amazing good song. Unified again. And the boss was treating me like his own son. And it's crazy because it's just so nice. It's one thing to feel like it's a family. It's another thing to actually be in a family. I was with these people. And also the fact that I'm not saying is it's such a small team. We were 15 and that 15 people really felt like something. It really felt like the bonds I created. I was like, oh, I don't like you, but I have to deal with you. Even there was a guy, it was a guy where I didn't get along for the longest time. And at the end, I don't know if he gave me another chance or he saw my value as a worker. But I did get more involved at the very end. I did get a lot more involved. And that person was really nice to me at the end. And I was like, holy shit, for the first time in my life, for the very first time, I was like, maybe I misjudged. Maybe I judged too quickly. Maybe I thought they was an asshole without giving them the chance to prove that they weren't. And I feel bad about that. Even the boss, I was going, and it's not only the fact that I'm leaving, it's the fact that there was something after. The company didn't close, it was absorbed, right? But it feels like a closing because we're moving out. And it's changing names, so it does feel like a closing. But there was this guy, right, who was the new manager, and even me and him had a really good relationship. Al Quebecois, he was a Quebecois. He believed in alternate conspiracy, and he has this. His name was Eric, and Eric had this. So, not to be a dick, but a lot of people at work were like, "Yo, this is life. It's just how life is." They were willing to take a beat down because that's how life is. They were very factual rather than emotional, and I was emotional. So there's a lot of time where I felt unheard of. But you cannot say, "Oh, my personal experience with spicy food is shitty." I like spicy food, but please let me tell you that's shitty. Like, it's hard for people that are factual to listen to emotional people. I become so numb, I can feel you there. Become so time, so much more raw. May I becoming this? All I want you to do. And ultimately, this Eric guy was also very emotional. And the beauty of it was like I would get mad at the very end. I'll talk about it later. But he would understand me. He would try to understand me, and he was. As to Mihai, was like, dude, this is wrong. And Mihai, which is my last boss, he was right in saying this is wrong. You shouldn't act this way. And he was like, I don't care why you're mad. You shouldn't get mad. And he was right. But Eric's like, okay, well, let's figure out why you're mad and how we can fix it. And ultimately, there's two very distinctive schools of thought. And Eric was he was a really good boss, and he had a lot of potential. Talking about conspiracy, and he was a really fun guy. But it was too far. I would have worked for him in a heartbeat. I would have gave up. I would have gave up 9 months of unemployment to work with him. No understanding the fact that I'm gonna make videos, but yeah. He was just a good guy. Eric was a good guy. And again, the fact that we had a lot of common also helped. But coming back to the place, like, I needed to. The best thing about it was I needed adversity. I needed that in my life. I needed adversity a lot because never in my life people cared enough to tell me "fuck you," that you're wrong. And of course, you could say my parents were there, but my parents are very different people. My father is gonna be like, "Oh, I'm here to guide you. I'll give you advice." And my mom, she's more like, "I want this and this and this." The rest, I don't really give a fuck. But my mom, she can't be there to tell me I want this for every part of my life. And my father, by saying, I highly suggest that. Most of the time, I don't do it, right? But all in all, the actuality of losing this job that meant so much to me. It's weird. I mean, there's an after. I thought I was gonna be missing the job more than I am, but it's been 10 hours. I didn't cry, even though I wanted to. Just a nice. It was just a nice couple of last day. In the last day, and it's kind of crazy because this is the first time where I'm actually made aware. So every single job others, I was either fired or I quit. And this job was the first one I see to the end. And when I look back at my life, the amount of things that I started and I finished are very rare, right? Even YouTube is going to be eternal. I'm going to be doing this when I'm 55, 56, 60. Then I'll give the channel to my kids, right? Yeah. I don't know. I have no clue. I have no clue. But all I care about is doing what I want. And that's selfish, but at the end of the day, I deserve the right to do whatever the fuck I want because I worked hard for it. Yeah, but time I tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. And the people I've met there, the family, also the fact that I had fights with everybody, but at the end, even most of all, the guy that I had fight. Listen, that guy, I'm going to call him Uncle. I had fights with him, and we didn't have a good relationship. He was working there for 3 years, and we never had a good relationship. At the end, I'm actually impressed with him. I'm actually impressed because, like, listen, I don't want to fight. Let's put shit aside and just try to enjoy. And the last 3 months, he was a fucking amazing dude with me, and kind of made me feel bad because I was like, holy shit, I should have done this years ago. Why the fuck were we fighting for? Oh, this other guy who was giving me shit because he was stressed and sat at home, and yeah, so there was a lot of things that I had to face, and those things, although were not nice to face, I had to face them once in my life. I'm glad that's over because, not glad that's over because, oh, I'm fucking done here, fuck all of you, I'm leaving. More in the sense of, I'm glad it's over because I had to live it into my life. Like I say, I live it. Now, the next time it's going to happen, I'm going to understand how it is. I've had people in my life who are actually mean or don't give a fuck or are going to be actually piece of shits, you know? And in my life, all I thought about was, yo, they're a piece of shit. I never tried to understood them. And even understanding them doesn't really help, but at least you try to do something, and at least you put an effort. And I was the kind of guy that understand that you can't ask people to, there's only one thing you should know. My neighbor hates me, and that's so far. I always thought that, hey, I should be able to ask you questions or make an effort because I'm a nice guy. No. Sometimes in life, being a nice guy is not enough, and that job teach me that. There's so many memories. It's crazy because I thought I was going to be able to enunciate the memories from working in a close team with a boss to being working Saturdays to seeing a job that was very busy to having 2 shifts, being part of the second shift, and actually being loved and appreciated for who I am. Understanding that I'm different and being accepted for being different. It's such a wonderful place. Every single guy in here was giving me advice and actually cared enough to give me advice. And that's such a fantastic thing. To see that all those people come and go and understand that the people that come and go will come and go, but the people that will stay. And that's something amazing because I was always one of the guys who will come and go, but that I'm staying, understood the pain of staying, understood the reality of staying, understood the responsibility of staying. and that's something I never did before. So this job taught me so much. This job, although put me through a lot, I'm gonna be sounding crazy. I'm gonna be acting crazy. Okay. The song is what I've done. Yeah. Down, 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 sorry, I have to sing. It's too good. This farewell. There's no Todd. There's no alibi. And I draw regrets of the truth of 1,000 miles. So when mercy comes, see, this is the exact what's going on. You see what's going on right now. Chester with a leave life done. Just Center of Lincoln Park died, sadly, and we miss him. And this job died, and I miss it. This is the exact. This is crazy. My crazy thought is exactly this. I didn't plan to listen to Linkin Park tonight, but I did. And the reality is, I understand I'm going to be missing this job. I understand that it's finished, but I understand also that the crazy thought is, I had so much pain here. I suffered so much there. Not that I suffered. I was bullied. I was misliked, and you could argue. I was misliked because I didn't give a shit, but I didn't give a shit because I was being bullied. I was bullied because I wouldn't think like another person. But I was never meant to think like another person. That person was like, "Oh, this is my way of the highway," and I was like, "Fuck you, take the highway." And it was living in adversity, and it's crazy because all my life that's what I needed, and almost as if life gave me a chance or give me a slap in the face. It's difference of perception. I'm strong on perception. I know how you see things. Like, give me a slap in the face and was like, yo, wake the fuck up. And give me a job with adversity that I really enjoyed. I needed adversity, it gave it to me. I needed to be faced with something I couldn't lie my way, I couldn't manipulate. I got it. And you know why? Because that guy didn't speak a lick of French nor English. So it's easy to manipulate people when you're in your native language. But in a language that you're just learning and you're still learning, it's hard. And guess what? I'm looking back at those days, and I'm like, I needed that. I need to get bullied. And that's crazy to think. But life gave me this. Life knew I needed it and gave it to me. I started doing YouTube, and life was like, hey, you're finding fulfillment. You're finding another purpose somewhere else. Which, again, is back to when I was not that drunk. My apologies. And we're talking about purpose and work. I don't know the purpose. I can let you go. Life will give you shit. Life will put in your way what you need to put in your way. Come to the next person. It's called fate. It's called destiny. It's called going through shit because you need to go through shit to be a better person. Find me a person that never suffered in their life. Find me a person that never got bit better because they suffered in their life. Fate. Disgusting. But this is it. Disgusting. I am a bit of insecure, a little bit of disregard for pain, but I can't help the fact that everyone can see these cards. I am what I want you to want, what I want you to feel. It's like no matter what I do, miss you for just believe this is real, so I let go. See, I'm the kind of guy that gotta tell you, it doesn't matter because once you're drunk, every single alcohol will taste amazing. That's why we're doing this. So little left. But yeah, if I have to summarize my experience, it was great. It was what I needed. There's so many great moments. I got to live a life. And it's nuts because I'm about to spend the 9 months in my apartment. And I love my apartment, don't get me wrong. I think that's what I need to do for YouTube purposes. But I understand that this was so fulfilling. I guess that's what I'm most proud of during those 7 years. That was the fulfillment that I got out of these. I can't fail the way I did before. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be in your time, won't change. Thank you, Linkin Park. So yeah, so that's basically it. Had a great time, and it was time to end because at the end I was So I did a depression over there because I was being bullied, right? And then the guy said, "Oh, you're really hurt," and it's funny because it's not funny, but it's funny. Um, I was being bullied, and the reason I had a depression is super easy. The reason I had a depression was because people saw that I was getting bullied, and didn't do shit. But when I came back from my depression, I understood why. People didn't do shit because they didn't understand how much it affected me. They thought I didn't give a shit because of the image I projected. But if I told them, hey, it's really hurting me, and I never said that to anybody. I never said that, hey, I'm pissed because he's hurting me. My general idea was my happiness to you bullying me. The best fuck you, but by acting happy when I'm not happy, by pretending I'm happy, people think, oh, he's okay. That's not the case. So all of this to say, like, people didn't even understand I was being bullied or how much it affected me. You knew I was getting bullied, but they didn't know how much it affected me. And when they understood, they really had my back. They really had, they seriously had my back. It was really cool to me. It was better because they say, oh, this guy actually does care. And I don't know if they knew that I cared as much as I did. And it was just a good feeling to be able to finally tell them, hey, this is how I'm feeling. And I never did that in my life. It's I'm drunk. Drunk. But the reality is, you know what they're saying? Fuck, it was a good thing too. Being bullied, caring. But not saying how I felt. They really had my back, and that's not what I'm saying. Fuck, I forgot. ADHD. You're my bane, my nemesis, my kryptonite. But I love you. See, the second I understood how I felt, you know, I'm talking about my with my therapist. I need to be more vocal. At the end, it was time to end because at the end, I was getting angry. I got mad at my mom and my father, mad at people that didn't deserve it. It was just about people fucking with me, and I felt like, don't fuck with me. But those people fuck with me because I let them fuck with me for so long. They didn't say shit. Why are you reacting now and not yesterday? As a kid, as an adult, as a teen, I'm super talkative. I could talk for hours and hours and hours. The reality is, and that's the ending part, and that's the ending theme. It's easy, very fucking easy, to pretend what you're saying at meaning. To talk about things that don't really matter. I could talk about the weather for years. I was a waiter once in a lifetime. And every single time I would ask how the weather, and I would talk to them, and that came from a feeling of being unheard of, and being chill with people, and being loved. They didn't love me. They loved the fact that I wasn't a problem. I could talk to your ears for hours about nothing, but talk about things that matter. Think about emotion. It's so important to show you what I mean. I don't know what I'm fine this way. I'll never be alright, so I'm breaking the habits tonight. I'm done. I'm drunk. So yeah, so rest in peace, PCT. Rest in peace for the lesson that she taught me, the time I spent there, the people I've met, the amazing time of my life that I had. Just being happy, just being the person I got to be, enjoy myself. Love you guys, take it easy. Peace. Peace. I do love you. I'm drunk, but I do love you. I'm drunk.